Time now for all things Gators, all things orange and blue. Dan Hicken with his proper colors.
Yeah.
And I'm Frangie. What's up, buddy?
Doing great. Thank you, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, sc-ortho.com, for all your orthopedic needs. These days, it's great to be a boy, oh boy, what a crazy, you got to really go back in the memory banks if you want to find a guy who was dead man walking and has turned things around like Billy Napier.
It's one of the great recoveries of all time. Now it's not done, but I would think they're going to beat Florida State. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But one more win, if you look at the recovery, and I give Scott Strickland some credit. Everybody's down on Strickland. Strickland coming out. Strickland needed to either fire him or say he's not firing him.
Yeah.
And he said he's not firing him. Dan, it's a great resurrection, man. I mean, it really is. It's as good as and to win against Ole Miss, beating LSU. I mean, he's beat Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
He's beat Lane Kiffin. He beat Brian Kelly with a first-round quarterback. He beat Lane Kiffin, who might have a first-round quarterback by the time we get to April.
Well, he beat the guy that everybody wanted.
Right.
Which is like, it's listen, and it's okay, because you got it, everybody, hey, Dan, nice call. Look, 95% of us wanted Billy Napier gone and had come to the point that he wasn't going to get done. And quite frankly, I saw him get an interview with Chris Doering this week. Chris Doering said the same thing.
Yeah,
Ex-players said that everybody did. And those who know him well really were probably his best defenders.
Listen, I'm the last fire the coach guy.
Yeah.
I said after the A&M game, I'm not sure he's the right guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie. I say and I never say it.
Right.
And so we all wondered if he was the right guy. So, if you're one of the ones guilty of wanting him fired, we're probably all in there to some degree.
But it won't be a lesson for all of us because it'll happen again with another team or whoever else, and it'll be the same stuff.
But I will say this. Now that he's here, we've known all along, if it worked under Billy Napier, it wasn't going to be because he was out scheming you with post corner routes, and he faked you out with a fake punt. It wasn't going to be that.
Right.
It was going to be slow, low, build the culture, build the facilities, build the process, recruit a bunch of good players, and get them to play really hard. That's what it was going. If he was going to be successful, that's what it was going to be, and we're starting to see it.
And it's probably hard for a Florida fan because their two greatest coaches were offensive geniuses who would throw 50 a game. That's not Billy Napier.
Right.
He's going to run the ball. He's going to run it a lot. And I had the opportunity to go down to the Swamp on Saturday.
I saw the picture.
Fan.
I was jealous.
It was great, and it was fun. But I love Gator Nation. But, boy, some of you in the stands, every single play to ooze the negativity.
Oh, really?
I really wanted to ask a couple of you guys, why do you come?
Yeah.
Is this fun? I mean, they're upset at Montrell playing over Jaden Baugh because it's senior day and Jaden Baugh's way better. And, of course, you know me. When Montrell took it in for the go-ahead touchdown, I started screaming to my two friends, get him out of there! He sucks! He's terrible! You know me. 18 for 107. And Lane Kiffin going for it on fourth down.
Right.
Well, he's got big balls. And then, of course, when Graham stopped him, I'm like, how's Big Balls Kiffin doing? You know me. That was me, by the way, in the stands. Little incognito, but that was me.
This could be our most watched ever podcast. But it's that too.
And I love the passion, man.
Yeah.
But when it's game time, just a little side note, man, just root for the team and enjoy the game, man.
Well, I will say this. I don't sit in the stands much these days.
And it's okay to question.
Yeah, I don't sit in the stands much these days. But I will tell you this. That is not just a Gator fan thing.
No.
The way the world has gone,
yes.
It could be the Montana State fans.
Yeah.
When they lose to Wyoming Tech.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the coach fired. And everybody criticizes every move that doesn't make. It was social media the way it is. That's everywhere because every fan is angry about everything. Billy Napier said it best. Listen, they love you when you win, and they hate you when you lose. And
they hit that. They hit that vertical to that their star receiver who ended up getting hurt. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. One guy turns around and says, that kid's probably a first-round pick. I don't care.
All right. But you look like you had great seats.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah,
it was a great time. It was great to see the Swamp electric. It's been that way.
How loud was it?
It was really good.
How would you compare it to Larry Kennedy, Jarvis Moss?
Well,
loudness. I mean, it's the loudness.
They told me it rivaled the LSU game. The LSU game was awesome. It was great. It wasn't like all-timer stuff, but it was
loud.
Yeah, and it's just a let out of emotion. You know,
the loudest I ever heard that stadium.
Yeah.
Larry Kennedy's pick against Tennessee in '91.
Yeah.
The Jarvis Moss field goal block in 06 against South Carolina.
And Charlie Ward to Ward done right before it happened.
That was really loud.
Yeah.
Charlie Ward in '93. And I'm told
in '97.
Yeah. Which game?
FSU.
Very loud.
Yes.
With the Dwayne Thomas interception at the end.
Yes.
You're right. I'm told the Michael P. Ryan run against Auburn in 19 was really comparable. But look, have they turned the corner? Are you there? Are you? I mean, are you? Is it?
Yes.
I mean, because
they haven't beat two ranked opponents back to back since 08.
08. Yeah, and I will tell you, I want to have this podcast next week.
Yeah.
When the FSU game's over. I don't think FSU's terrible.
Yeah.
They have a terrible team this year. But the line's what, 10?
14.
But it's not 44.
No.
You know, and it's on the road.
I hate that game when I'm heavy favorite.
And it's a night
makes
game.
Me nervous. I know.
Yeah, and Florida. I think Florida's going to win the game.
Yeah.
Okay, but you talk about the party. When we do this podcast next week, we may cartwheel all the way around the studio.
Might have stogies.
Because if they
have stogies in here,
Dan, if they win next week, he will have gone 7-5.
Yeah.
Against what some call the hardest schedule in the history of college football, with his starting quarterback gone for the year 4 games in, with his backup superstar to be quarterback missing a game and a half against the 2 best teams on the schedule, both away from home, and still would have managed a 7-5 season.
You tell me if I'm overreacting.
Okay.
If they win Saturday, they should be in the top 12 in the playoff, yes or no?
No.
Okay. You know where right outside the Swamp there's a Werfel and Tebow and Spurrier statue?
I do know that, yeah.
They should make room for a 4th statue, yes or no? Am I overreacting, yes or no? 4th statue for Lagway.
My friend Hayes Carlin, who I do a radio show with, has already put down a deposit.
Okay.
On that statue. So
with the first pick in
I love that, though.
Okay, again, am I overreacting? With the first pick in the 25, 26, so 2027 NFL draft, the so-and-so select DJ Lagway, quarterback Florida. Am I overreacting?
Yes, in a wonderful way. but I will tell you.
One more.
Okay. It's going to be hard to top those, just so you know.
One more.
Okay.
Preseason top 5 next year.
Overreacting.
Okay, good.
But, comma, let me ask you this. Beat Florida State. 34-17.
Yeah, win your bowl game.
Okay, beat Syracuse in the Gator Bowl.
Oh, good. I'm glad they're here.
35.
You're going to get off the wallet and get us a suite?
You can consider it done.
Okay.
They beat Syracuse 35-21. Don't they have to start in the top 15 to 18 next year?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm serious.
No, seriously, yes.
I mean,
the whole defense, right?
Everybody's back.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got to start ranked next year, maybe as high as 15. If 2 more wins happen, Lagway's back. And I thought about this. If you really look at the players, the 2 receivers are gone, Badger and DK. Cam Jackson's gone. The right tackle, Crenshaw Dixon's gone. Jason Marshall, who's been out half the year, is gone. That's about it.
Yeah, there are a couple others who can be gone.
Right. Now, Caleb Banks could come out.
Yeah.
Damian George could come out. But for the most part.
Yeah. And there'll be kids that go in the portal.
There will be.
It's just the way it is.
Right, but they could return a really good team.
Right.
Against a schedule that is tough, but without a lot of the quarterbacks. I mean, listen, say what you want. Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Nussmeier, Carson Beck, they're going to be in the NFL. They may not all go as high.
Yeah.
They're all going to play football in the national.
Yes.
That's what Quinn Ewers.
Yes.
That's 5 quarterbacks of the 12 they played that are going to be in the National Football League.
Yes.
And so it's a tough schedule, man, and they're all gone next year.
I got one more. Talk about next year.
Okay.
Can we poach the receiver from Alabama, the 17-year-old kid?
Brian Williams?
Yeah, we're going to buy him.
That might be hard.
Why?
Okay. Well,
we got Lagway.
Yeah, well.
What do they got?
Okay,
Come on over to Gainesville.
By the way, speaking of which, you are the podcast. Yeah, I love it. I'm with you.
Yeah.
You are the podcast beat reporter for recruiting.
Yes.
Apparently, Florida now, if I check this, I just checked my phone a minute ago. Florida now has commitments from the top 300 players in America.
That is correct.
All 300 have flipped in the last week. Is that true?
That is true. I can't confirm. Yeah. I'd like to get in the top 10.
Are they getting Solomon Thomas, the kid from Jacksonville Reigns?
He's going to announce on signing day.
Okay. Because if they get him,
LSU, Florida, or FSU. I don't think he's going to FSU.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
We've had a chance to get to know him pretty well on the radio. We've had him on a few times.
Yeah.
He was not big on Florida for the longest time.
Right.
But there's opportunity there.
Yeah.
There's opportunity there.
Let's get to the game for a second.
Okay.
What concerns you about the game? Anything?
Just the, I feel like Florida's defense will dominate. There's always concerns in a rivalry game, a turnover here, a drop punt there, a kickoff return. You get down. Again, though, it's 40,000, 20,000 Gator fans.
You would think, right?
I don't feel like it's going to be a big,
right.
I don't feel like they're stepping into a hornet's nest there. So, but you never know. But yeah, I'm like you. We're very
Florida's
optimistic.
Florida's by far the better team.
Yeah.
Has the momentum. FSU pretty much is chucked in the
I think they want to pack the balls up and call it a year.
I think that too. Now, I will say this. They can't salvage a season. It's one of the worst seasons in their school's history.
Right.
They can salvage something at the end if they won the game.
Yes.
They could say, look, we had a miserable season, but we won the last two. We ruined their Cinderella story.
Right.
So there's a little bit for them to play for. I think if you hit him in the face, if you hit him in the mouth early, if you get up 14-0, then I think it's pack it in.
Yeah.
So I think that's important.
I like that.
Here's my concern about the game, if I have any concern.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Florida State can score against Florida at all. I think Florida State with the way that Florida defense is playing, I can't imagine Florida State going. They're averaging 13 a game, 14 a game.
Right.
I can't imagine them going north of 10 or 12, 10 or 14 points in the game.
Right.
My concern is Florida's not a big scoring team.
They're not.
They're not. And FSU's defense, believe it or not, I still believe there's a few dudes on there.
There's some dudes.
They're up front.
Oh, Florida's not a big scoring team, but when the smoke clears, they'll be at 27, 28, 29.
And then they win easy.
Yeah.
If Florida gets 26, Florida gets in the 20s, they win the game.
Yeah.
And I would think they're going to.
Yeah.
If you asked me to predict a score right now, I'd predict 31-14. So I would lay the points.
I like that.
I would. I would lay the points here. And if it gets going early on, and because not is ready to pack it in, as I think Florida State kind of is. Florida, they have so much momentum.
Oh.
They can't wait to jump and high five and cheer and steal Ole Miss's basket and dunk. I mean, they can't wait to do that. I mean, Florida's looking for reason to be excited.
Maybe they'll dig some sod up and bring that back to Gainesville.
They will. but so I think Florida wins the game, and if they do win the game, what a finish for Billy Napier. Honest to God, what a finish for Billy Napier.
Yeah.
Given everything, and we'll talk.
I won my steak from Bubba.
You did. You won a steak.
I won this tomahawk steak.
Love that.
So the annual bet. I had 6 wins. I thought no chance.
Yeah.
He was count. He couldn't wait.
He was tasting it already.
Oh, he couldn't wait.
But this could be this. If Lagway stays healthy through the game, they win the game.
Yeah.
Don't turn the ball over, and they've been pretty good at being efficient.
Yes.
They've been a very efficient team. Get a takeaway or two, and how's this podcast different than the one 2 months ago?
Oh my gosh!
Because I agree with what you said at the top as we wrap here. I agree with what you said, Dan. All the haters hated early.
Yeah.
You're not a hater. You're kind of middle of the road guy.
Yeah.
You hated.
Yeah.
I'm the most non-hater guy ever. I never fire coaches.
Yeah.
I was ready. We all were.
Oh, we talked to them all. The former player, everybody.
Right.
Everybody, and it's okay. I mean, it's the beauty of the Gator Nation and the passion that they have. Again, as you have pointed out, they packed that stadium, man.
That's the thing.
They packed that stadium for a team that has had 3 straight losing years until and that's also, you want 7-5 is you're not that's not losing.
And I'll tell you this, and I said it before on the podcast and on the radio show, and I'll say it again here. A big reason they turned it around is Gator fan. Gator fan, no matter how angry they might have been in front of you at the game and on social media, they packed that dang place.
They sure do.
I mean, good luck. And when the swamp's rocking, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck going in there and winning when they got it going. I mean, we've all seen it all our lives.
Listen, in college football, that still matters.
Yeah.
Go ask Auburn.
Yeah.
Ask Florida. Ask Oklahoma. this weekend.
Right.
I mean, right?
That's right.
All three of them.
That's exactly right.
I mean, you get
it does. It college football more than anything else. So find a way to win.
I mean, I watched Jackson Dart. I mean, the kid couldn't hear.
Yeah.
He
No
was
question.
a mess. He was overcome with emotion at the end. It was a tough day.
Find a way to win in Tallahassee.
And Big Balls Kiffin.
Find a way to win in Tallahassee, and it will be the best offseason Florida has had since probably the Urban years. The offseason was good after 20, but it was weird because it was the COVID and all the stuff, and Trask was gone, and you didn't know. This will be the best offseason, agree or disagree, best offseason of excitement since Urban.
Yeah, we found ourselves searching for hope.
Yeah, right.
You know, we have now tangible results to build on.
Yeah, I mean, you win.
You can't wait now for next year.
Correct.
Yeah.
You can't wait till signing day.
Correct.
I mean, if you win Saturday, I can't wait.
Yeah.
It'll be like the old days.
Thomas,
you
Jamie
can't wait.
French.
You can't wait. You can't wait to wake up on Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
If it happens. So, all things Gators. These are good times. Finally, Frank Frangie and Dan Hicken.
Yes, and thank you, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, sc-ortho.com. All your orthopedic needs in the Jacksonville area. Frank, talk to you next week.
See you.